Oh boy. What are we doing now? We got the bolts out for the engine mount. And now I'm going to pull the big bolt out. There it is. And now I can jack up the engine. Struggle to get the engine mount out because it's toasted. Junk. And I got a nut I unwelded from the rusted out, whatever was left of that inner fender. Somewhere over here, I don't know where it is. Anyways, I got the tools all spread out, I got the starter ready to test, and I got to jack up the engine and get this engine mount out. And on this side, I'm missing a piece of the engine mount that goes to the strut on the bell housing. Too complicated. I'll be back. Alright, get up a little more. I got the other side engine mount unbolted somewhere. And see if I can get this engine mount out. Oop, there goes a chunk of rubber. Chunk. Oh yeah. Where is it? Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Oh boy, I got a message from Matt. Been lurking and watching my videos. He's recovering from surgery. We wish you well. Oh boy, gotta get a hoist one day. Stop working on the ground. Try to get up a little more. Uh-oh. Fans hitting the top of the fan shroud. Let's see what we got here. Oh, clunk. One mount out. That mount's good, but I gotta put a brace behind it that somehow is missing.
As is his housemate, Senator Tom Coburn, also traveling overseas. Senator Coburn, a little more candid about what he's doing. He described going to Lebanon, this country torn by the religious war for years, and attempting to set up Christian prayer cells in the Lebanese government. Senator James Inhofe.
Got it. What a bugger. Chunk. Now I gotta find the other one from China. Chunks. And there's a bracket missing. This bracket here, on the other side, that has a strut that goes to the bell housing. And since we have a parts T-Rock right over here, oh boy, lying on the ground. Got a parts truck. I got that bracket right there with the bar. Ding. Ding. I gotta pull the engine mount off the block. The engine mount bracket. Oh boy. Let's see if this one has it. Got my grill. Gotta fix that one tab again.
As representing the United States. He also, frankly, is flying into these countries.
Nope, missing the bar. No, it has the bar. Right behind the transmission cooler lines.
What's your concern here?
There's a bar on that side. It goes to
traveling funded by the
somewhere.
To go abroad and promote issues of concern to
goes to right there. Right there. The bell housing, which is securely bolted to the transmission. It's structural. Anyhow, I'm crawling around on my knees. Phew! Parts trucks. Now the sun's not shining, we get a better view of my nice Suburban, which caught fire yesterday. No problem. We'll put the fire out.
It makes it very hard.
Nice today.
For foreign officials to know where these politics
Milder than it was yesterday.
American taxpayers.
All right. Get back to work. Don't show the license plate. So there's the mount. I've got the rivets where the peened over sides ground off. And now I'll take a chisel, aim the camera here.
What's your affiliation with this group? We're not challenging your freedom of religion.
Lift it up a little bit.
Tell us that religion's very important to how you legislate, and here's a religious group you're involved with.
Yeah, we'll chisel it apart. Take
Why
2 seconds.
is secrecy necessary? How does it shape your views? Does it help you?
Ding.
Is it something we want to know about?
There it is.
And those questions, I think, have even started
Rusted.
occurring even more strongly within the Christian right itself.
Still serviceable, I suppose. But anyways, we'll replace it with a good and made in China one. We got the engine lifted way up. Lifted. Okay, keep it up. Well, here's my Chinese imitation, the one that I didn't use. Someone gave me the idea. 60-30 diesel, MJM computer, somebody. Steel's half as thick. Anyways, we'll just grind the rivets off and we'll put it in the original GM housing, and it's amazing how it's an exact copy of the GM mount. An exact copy. Got this one taken apart. Rubber bumpies. Well, fix her up. Time for the grinder. Oh, trying to make a video.
Things my grandmother used to
And
serve.
they're talking about making turkey stuffings
a
and
real warm spot in
garnishes.
my heart for these quick, instant, retro appetizers.
Appetizers.
Here now, so President Shake Happy.
Anyways, how many videos can I make? GMC! What do I got here? I got a crappy floor jack with a monster bottle jack, and I got the motor mount half out on this side, and that side's got a slot because the starter's in the way, so the bolt only has to come halfway out. And I got the motor jacked up, and the fan is jammed into the shroud. What else is new? Yep, can't turn it. And I'm going to take the engine mount out of this side so I can get the bracket. And I got it jacked up, and let's see if I can get this thing out of here. There we go.
What's your favorite retro? Mine is
And I want to get that plate behind the engine mount that this bar goes to. See? Ding dong, click clock. And then I can, phew, put this motor back together. Make it back into a running parts T-Rock. Oh boy. I got that motor jacked way up. Oh boy. I think I bent the fan. Jacked up against the fan shroud. That's not good. Alright, we'll keep slugging it out. Parts galore. Here we go. Can't show you everything. So here's the old engine mount from the Suburban. This is the one from San Francisco, SF sub.
either complaining or I can't do this.
And I put the rubber into the cheap Chinese housing, the shell, and I welded it shut. And here's the one from the Blazer that I just took out. GMC Jimmy. It's not a Blazer, it's a Jimmy. Yeah, right. So, what I've got here, I got the engine jacked up with a Craftsman floor jack, with a bottle jack, you've seen that already, and I have the engine mount bracket reattached to the block. Whoop, my lanyard is stuck. So there's the engine mount bracket back on the engine. But what I did, that goes in between it, sandwich, is this bracket, which gets installed like that, and through that hole gets this rod that goes to the transmission torque converter cover, like this one does over here, and that reinforces the engine and transmission connection. So for some reason it's missing on my San Francisco Suburban. Never start.
How can we
I don't know why it's missing,
make lemonade out of lemons? That's what it is, right?
but
How do we make these?
it is. So I'm going to pull that off,
Yeah, we're good at making
the block,
lemonades. How can we then take those
put
lemons
that plate
and
back in, and be able to secure
the
engine
place, I think, very
to the
early
bell
on
housing
where it was, it's
with that
fun to let go
boss
any kind of
right there.
face, any kind of
And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So
holding
I yanked on one of the fuel lines and I tore it, dripping.
let things
Engine
go,
mounts.
put things out there.
Nice having all these similar trucks.
Stephanie and Bob Walker were
This one got it?
It was losing value by the day. They couldn't get out of it.
Foreclosure.
Eventually,
Not too fancy of a house.
Had a substantial loss. They gave up all the money they put in, and they were still.
There's the bracket
As they
behind the oil lines.
leave the house, they
Buried.
lost so much.
All right,
They realized they didn't even have the
Keep
money
it up.
to store or ship
it up.
any of their belongings.
keep it up.
But I want to sell everything.
Tiring. Need a hoist. Need a hoist. Need a hoist. Goodbye. All right, the engine mount in.
Same time, Bob.
I'm gonna lower the engine. My crushing oil pan. I'm not wild about that.
Our relationship
Take the pressure off the fan.
one of what we do to get through
Yeah.
We've been through so much the year before. We knew we could
Hope it lines up.
like
Fan turns again.
That's not being able to find was lowering money from the family.
Oops.
From creditors.
Alright, we gotta jiggle the engine to get it into place, this side.
When you actually get to the place in your relationship,
Oh boy. Need two hands for this, so you'll have to trust me. I'll come back. I'll give you a follow-up on my crazy contraption. Alright, we're back. Got gas. Watch your eyes. That's a little better. Turn the oxygen up enough. And we take our straight shooting torch and we're going to straight shoot it right down there and cause things to get pretty smoky. Can't see a bloody thing. Luckily I got my water bottle. Oh boy. Alright. We got the engine mount in. Jack comes down. Engine mount reinstalled. There's the old one, or who knows. I got so many friggin' engine mounts here. It's getting dark. I'll keep on working. I'll go work on the starter in the barn. Just thought I haven't shown you before.
Even while the governor is fighting these charges?
Yep, same trucks. GMC and Chevrolet. And the Jimmy. Oh, turbocharged. Thanks for watching my videos. I sure enjoy them. Nice day. Moon's up. Goodbye. It's nighttime, and I hate those engine mounts.
And on air.
Oh boy, what a struggle. Well, this is kind of interesting. Instead of the bracket that bolts down, drops a little ear down to pick up the reinforcement, I got this triangle, a factory, genuine triangle. As if maybe a standard transmission bracket was put on, maybe? Just a thought? Instead of putting on the drop-down bracket to reinforce the transfer case, maybe the standard transmissions don't get it. And there's a drop-down bracket over here. Got a little hole in the side, and it goes backwards. But got this little triangle spacer behind the engine mount instead of that. I'll try to show you from the back. There it is. So it goes behind and above the engine mount. Instead of this one, now it's got the triangle plus the drop-down part. And let me tell you, you got to friggin' jack the engine up. I'm crushing the oil pan, which I hate to do. Got a soft piece of wood, but it's still crushing the oil pan. And I got the fan jammed against, look at the space. The fan's jammed against the fan shaft. I got a fuel line there that tore, ripped wide open.
And she's going up against
Junk.
the big recording industry. No, you
Oh, what a crock of junk is this?
huge.
Bye.
So some families may
There
not
we go.
get from vacation. What that means is
All right, it's nighttime.
campaign strategy
Oh,
for all
you can see my
5
breath.
candidates is going to have to be an absentee ballot operation.
Yeah, crows
So
are
that
gone.
people who are not
And we got that engine jacked up so friggin' high, we need a hood scoop.
And Davis thinks the candidates
Too high.
organize a strong early voting campaign.
That engine is
huge
jacked right up.
advantage over the others.
in a low turnout
All right, Duger.
20 to 25,000
Maybe buy me that Blazer, maybe don't. The one in North Carolina. All right, it's dark. We're working outside, but there's no wind, so we'll be all right. Almost done here. Gonna get one more engine mount in, the starter in, and we're done. Test the starter soon. Goodbye. Well, it's friggin' nighttime. I've been working on this pretty much all day. Anyhow, what do you think? Got the starter in, got the engine mount in, got the fuel bypass hose that I yanked loose, that replaced. I got a couple decent batteries. They're not fully charged, but Rebuilt starter. No glow plugs. Just want to see if it cranks. Ready. Crank her up. It's not too bad. Not going to start. I ain't going to run it down. Just for fun. Let's go here with the Blazer sounds like. I got the 27 MT starter all rebuilted. I could buy a, what do you call those starters? The gear reduction one. Got lights, no glow plugs. Crank her up! Spins twice as fast.